Hello, I'm Paul Gorst of the Liverpool Echo, and I've just caught up with Liverpool star Trent Alexander-Arnold as he launched the brand new Under Armour store in Liverpool One, the Brand House flagship store, the only one in the UK, and of course Liverpool's number 66 was here. We caught up with him for a Blood Red special in an exclusive interview. Enjoy.
Very exciting. I think today has been very special for me. You never think of things in days like today, but to be able to come here and open up the store has been a very special day for me.
You just thinking about it, you look at people like Michael Jordan, kind of transcended the brands and that kind of thing because of how good they were on the pitch. I suppose in a way, you're on that journey with Under Armour now. When people see Under Armour, they'll think Trent, and vice versa, I guess.
Yeah, I hope so. That's the aim, isn't it? Is to be just actually recognisable and associated with such an amazing brand. So if that is the case, then that's something I'm very proud of, and hopefully there's more that's coming.
Just looking towards the pitch now, Manchester United on Sunday. It's a big game. You always hear about what Merseyside derby means to players from the city, but what does this particular fixture mean to a Liverpool-born Liverpool player who's now at the start of the team?
Big fixture. So it's always big no matter what, no matter what's going on between the two teams, or different situations that are going on. The game's always massive. It's always the one I think the fans really want to win. As players, we really want to win as well. So it's one that the club is passionate about, and it's a big 3 points up for grabs, and that's the aim is to get the 3 points. Looking at what's going on the pitch at the moment, everyone's got theories and opinions and whatever else, but what's the dressing room view about how it's gone so far? Because fair to say it hasn't gone exactly according to plan, but just kind of emerging out of it the last few games with a few really good results, looking up at the fourth place. Yeah, of course. I think as a team we would have hoped to have a much better season and to be in the title race and in and around trying to win the league, but that isn't the case this season. But then we'll assess what really went wrong this season and what happened at the end of the season. It's not one for dissecting during the middle of the year. We're going to focus on the task ahead, and our target's probably changed a little bit, but top four is still something that we all want as a team, as players, as a club. It's somewhere that we need to be, and I think we're going to give everything that we can to make sure we're in the Champions League next year. Yeah,
speaking to a couple of your teammates the last few games, in post-match mix zones and whatever, there seems to be a real kind of determination from you as a group that you're targeting fourth now, and you know what it means to be playing in that Europe's biggest competition, and you all seem really focused now on pushing for that in the final third of the season.
Yeah, there's always a weird transition period, I think, during the season when you kind of in between targets, whether you can still push for the league, I think you're fighting for top four, and there's always a weird air about it. But I think now we fully understand what our task is to go and get top four. That's our aim, that's our target, and we're clear in that vision, and that's what we're aiming for. And as a team, we think it's achievable, and we just need to go out there and produce it. And that's that. And obviously we've started out with a good run of results, the last four league games especially, and then obviously a big one on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, the manager made 6 changes last night against Wolves. You've seen Darwin coming back, Ibu Kanate, completely new midfield. It seems as though you're getting key players back at an important time. Obviously, Luis Diaz is back on the pitch running, and hopefully he's not too far away. Diogo Jota's making his first start for four months or so. You're getting big players back at the right time, it seems.
Yeah. You never want to lose players, no matter what throughout the season. But it's football; these things happen, and that's just part of the game. But there's no excuses on our front. We've got a good enough squad to go and win games. And I think the whole squad will be needed between now and the end of the season. It's an intense year. Throwing the World Cup in the middle of the year as well is always gonna bring on fresh injuries and different problems. But
for us, it's like I said, we've got to throw the kitchen sink at going and get into top 4 now.
So you're 6 behind at the moment, but one of the things you've got on your side, I guess, that maybe the other teams around you haven't, is the fact that you've proven over the last 3-4 years that you can go on a great run towards the end of the season. It was a couple of years ago, he's won 8 of the last 10. Last season, I think it was just Tottenham and City that he didn't win in the last 12. So you have proven that, whereas maybe the other teams haven't. You've got a great track record of really finishing strongly in seasons.
Yeah, I think as a team, we all enjoy the business end of the year. You know, when no results really, really matter, because you know your targets. You know, losing a game in the end of April is a lot different than losing at the start of September, because you can always make up the points in the rest of the season. Whereas at the end of the season, you can't make up that. There's no room for error, and I think we thrive off that as a team. I think hopefully that'll play into our favour. But no, you've got to make sure you're still in the mix coming into those final few games. And I think there's still a long way to go. A lot of games to be played, and it's important for us to make sure we put ourselves in a good position to go and push at the very end.
Yeah. One of the things I wanted to ask about is the kind of unofficial leadership group that you're now involved in. Obviously, a couple of years back, it was kind of Gini, Wijnaldum, Hendo, Milner and Van Dijk. But you're kind of in that bracket now where, you know, if there's something that needs to be discussed, you're part of the pack, if you like. What are some of the things that might bring that on, and have you found that kind of extra bit of responsibility in the squad?
I enjoy responsibility. I think I always have. I think I always will. It's I think I've always been one of the most competitive players in the team. And I think that rubs off on the lads as well. People go about it in different ways, but I've always thought of myself as someone who can motivate others by what I do on the pitch and the people around me. So no, I think of it in that way. I think I've enjoyed the responsibility, and that's something that I enjoy, going out there and being a leader and leading by example.
I suppose you've never shied away from the fact that, you know, one of your main aims is to eventually be captain of Liverpool Football Club. I suppose in a way that's a good stepping stone towards that, being in part of that pack now, you know, within that group.
Definitely. I think especially as it was voted by the lads as well.
Yeah.
So to that obviously means a lot. If the manager picks it, it means he sees that in you. But it's always good coming from your teammates, the lads you share the dressing room with. They see you in and around the building. They know who the leaders are and who they look for motivation and to lead them. So it was you know, it's an honour, and I think I enjoyed that responsibility.
Yeah, just finally then for me, it's not been the season that you might have hoped when it all kicked off in August, but long term wise, you know, it's a relatively young squad. The manager's just signed on for, what was it, less than a year ago. The owners are kind of looking for external investment to maybe bolster the squad. New Anfield Road set to play host to the biggest Premier League crowds that Anfield's ever seen. It seems to be as though, you know, long term there's an awful lot to be excited about at the football club.
Definitely, I think especially in the signings that we've made, been young players, early 20s and so on. So it's a good mix of youth and experience coming through. We've got lads from the academy, just Stefan, for example, who's he's on this outstanding season. So yeah, it's exciting. You know, we've got a lot going on. You said the new stand going up. So yeah, there's a lot to be looking forward to, and I think, you know, the best thing that can happen now is to go and get top 4 and make sure next year we're able to go and achieve what we want to go and achieve.
Brilliant. Trent, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.